A Scrum Master recently sent me an email asking for advice on a job offer she got, the Agile Delivery Manager. I never paid that much attention to this job title, never made a video about the Agile Delivery Manager. So I did some research online, especially on job-seeking websites, and in this video, I want to share my findings. First off, what does an Agile Delivery Manager do? Sometimes the role is even called Agile Delivery Lead. What does this person do? Well, no one knows. Really? No one knows. I'm not kidding. It seems that the role changes based on the company you work for. It's undocumented, an undefined role. But I did some research online on job-seeking websites, and it seems that it's a combination of a project manager role, the product owner, the Scrum Master, and even the technical lead. Honestly, at first glance, it looks like a made-up title, a job title only created to map an existing role to a probably fake Agile implementation, or a job profile created only because someone in the organization, maybe a product owner or a Scrum Master, or even both, they are not doing their job correctly. So we add a delivery manager to ensure that they are doing their job. But there's a lot of buzzwords in the job title, Agile Delivery Manager, so we better pay attention to that, right? That's the problem with undefined and undocumented roles. It really depends on the company you work for. Funny enough, many years ago, I was a delivery manager. Yeah, and I did my job pretty well. The job totally made sense, but we were not working. The company wasn't working in an agile way. No, we were using the waterfall model, which makes me believe that this role comes from waterfall. So when people are looking for agile delivery managers, there's someone previously in the company that was coordinating work between different teams, different silos, people working in isolation, and ensuring that these teams were delivering on time. And then the company went through an agile transformation, and we couldn't just fire this person. We just added agile before delivery manager, and the person kept doing the same thing. But the problem is that in an agile context, it doesn't quite work. It's not really needed. So pay attention to that. Depending on the company you work for, when looking for delivery manager jobs on job-seeking websites, really understand the context and what the company is looking for. Let's quickly talk about the buzzwords or keywords in the job title, because words are important. First, agile, meaning that this person will most probably promote this agile way of working, which is good. Second one, delivery manager, someone who manages delivery, responsible and accountable for delivery. A single person managing, responsible and accountable for delivery. A single person. So much nonsense. Come on. Let me ask you a simple question. Who is responsible for delivery in a team? If you're using the Scrum framework, I'm talking about Scrum because it's the most popular Agile framework. If you're using Scrum, the team is responsible for delivery. The whole team. Now explain me, how is this thing gonna work? An Agile delivery manager responsible and accountable for delivery, and a team also responsible and accountable for delivery. How are these two going to communicate and work together? What does the Agile delivery manager do that the team can't do? How the Agile delivery manager will help the team? How is this going to work? Again, these questions lead me to believe that it's a made-up title. The Agile Delivery Manager role, it's a made-up title. If you're using the Scrum framework, the Scrum Master and other members of a team, the entire team should be responsible and accountable for delivery, not someone outside the team. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not using the Scrum framework, this job title looks very similar to what an Agile coach does. Don't believe me? Let's have some fun together. Let's look at some job descriptions on some job-seeking websites for the role of an Agile Delivery Manager or the Agile Delivery Lead. Number one, as an Agile Delivery Manager, you will be accountable for the effective cross-functional delivery of products using Agile Lean techniques. These words make me laugh. Cross-functional delivery. I know cross-functional teams, especially when using Scrum, but cross-functional delivery, never heard of. And the word accountable is used in the context of delivery. Same thing, we already talked about that. When using Scrum or any other method, the team should be responsible and accountable for delivery, not someone outside the team. What do you think? If there's someone outside the team, their job depends on if the team is meeting deadlines, being able to deliver on time. Don't you think this person, when the team starts not meeting deadlines, will go in the team and start telling the team what to do? This will happen, obviously, because this person is accountable for the delivery of a team. And this is clearly an anti-pattern. An anti-pattern because you might be preventing the team from being self-organized and self-managed. The next one, you will be accountable for setting a good, sustainable delivery pace. Sustainable delivery pace. Do you even understand what that means? It means that the team will not be rushing, doing overtime, burning out. No, we won't be chasing deadlines. No, sustainable pace. We will be working on valuable things, trying, experimenting, even failing, not meeting deadlines. Don't you think that this contradicts the role of the delivery manager? Especially because this person's job is on the line. They are accountable for delivery. What will happen when the person or the team don't deliver on time? The delivery manager will start going in the team and telling them what to do, obviously. And how can you even be accountable, responsible to have a team go at a sustainable delivery pace? What does that even mean? Sustainable pace happens over time. It's not something that you set. It happens over time when the team starts working together or used to working together, become better at development, at coding. The processes start improving. The way they predict, estimate the work, they start improving. All these things need to happen, and it takes time. It's not someone outside the team who will tell them or will just set this sustainable pace, especially not someone outside the team. This also makes me think that the delivery manager will be very concerned with the velocity of the team, tracking the velocity of the team, ensuring that they have this sustainable pace. And we already know for these types of metrics, when we start judging people, judging the performance of people based on these types of metrics, these metrics are no longer useful because it can easily be tricked. Let's go to the next one. You will apply good practice for planning, tracking progress, managing blockers, financial management, scope management, resource management, stakeholder management, and governance. All these things. You're supposed to do all these things. There's a product owner in the team, developers in the team, a Scrum Master in the team. And you're supposed to do all these things if you're using the Scrum framework. What does the team do? Where's the self-management and the self-organization part? How will this even work when someone outside the team is doing all these things, responsible and accountable to do all these things? What does the product owner even do in this team? The next one, empower the team to self-organize effectively to optimize their chances of success. Self-organization, self-management, we are finally talking about that. But if you're using the Scrum framework, who does that in the Scrum framework? Yeah, the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master does exactly that. If a Scrum Master is not doing their job correctly, you find another Scrum Master or you train that person. You don't create a fake role to do the job of a Scrum Master, no. And if you're not using the Scrum framework, any other Agile frameworks you're using, Kanban maybe. This thing makes sense, right? Empower the team to self-organize. Well, not really. Remember, you are responsible for delivery. How can you be accountable and responsible for delivery if you're supposed to coach the team so that they no longer need you? What will you do? You're responsible and accountable for delivery. It doesn't make sense. There's a huge contradictions between these two statements. And again, this might work when things are going well, but when things go south, the person accountable for delivery and also coaching the team to be more self-managed and self-organized will throw this part out of a window and we start telling the team what to do. Why are we late? How can we go faster? Tell the team what to do, maybe even assigning tasks, simply because this person's job, the delivery manager's job, is on the line. Obviously, the person will do that when things are not going well. Let's move to the next one. Capture business requirements accurately and document specifications in the right format. Work with business to facilitate functional and user testing to ensure it meets the requirement. So you capture the requirement and you work with business people to test all these things to ensure that the requirements are met. Capturing requirements, yeah, from business people. And what will you do with these requirements? Give that to the IT people, development people. You're sort of a middleman between the business people and the IT people. Why can't these two people talk together? If you're using the Scrum framework, that's the product owner role. That's the role of a product owner. If you're not using the Scrum framework, yeah, this role might work. But why does this person need to be responsible for all these things? Capturing business requirements, also responsible for delivery, ensuring that the business requirements are met, doing all this planning, all this forecasting, while at the same time being outside the team and also coaching the team on how to become more self-organized and self-managed. I think we should end this video here. It's pretty clear that it's a made-up role, a combination of multiple roles, but it's pretty revealing because it depends on the company. Look at the job description for the company. You'll see that many job descriptions for many companies, they differ. And when you look at a single company's job description, if the job is more of a product owner role or a scrum master role or a project manager role, you already know that's the problem. The person currently doing the job of a product owner in the organization, they're not doing the job well. So we need to find someone else to replace this product owner to do their job while not firing the product owner. Instead of training this person, coaching this person, no, we find someone else who will do the job. It's sort of assistant, who will assist the product owner in doing their job. And the same thing applies for a Scrum Master. If you see that the Agile Delivery Manager role in the job description is very related to what the Scrum Master does, it means that there's not very skilled Scrum Masters in the organization. So train these people. Don't create fake roles. That's an entire pattern, which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.